Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. My name's Hussein, Steve, Hussein, Steve, whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to, I think there was an important emphasis that I was supposed to have yesterday in my live stream when I talked about, we went out to witness and in Santa Monica, and while we were there, there was a point at which we had a bunch of Muslim kids, this family that we spoke with, and I kind of feel like, I did not give my wife the appropriate credit for what she did, and so I wanted to show that she actually, of everything that happened last night, she really had the mic drop moment. Not me. She had the actual mic drop moment. And so I just wanted to play for you the video, and I know I played it, and you got to listen a little bit carefully in order to hear it. But she really did better than I did last night. It was so focused on what I did yesterday, but in reality, she did better than I did. And so I want to give her the appropriate recognition for what she did. So anyway, let me go ahead and play this. Let me go ahead and play this. And so, so, hey, Peter, God bless you. Hello, Abla, God bless you. So I'm going to play this video. Now, you got to listen carefully, okay, because it's easy to miss it. But I'll tell you exactly when the part where she starts talking, and just because it was a mic drop moment, and so let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Okay, it's right here. It's very short, but it was a great moment. So here it is.
عيسى يوم من الايام لا تحب تقول متوفيك ورافعك الي بس اقول لك عن ما صلبوا ما قتلوا اوكي عشان مكتوب في هذا. Okay, right there I'm talking to them, telling them, about, where it says they did not kill him or crucify him, how that doesn't mean they didn't kill or crucify him. It just means the Jews didn't kill him or crucify him. So that's what I'm saying. But in the background, my wife is talking to the other kids. And listen to this, okay? So الآية مين اللي ما صلبوا ما قتلوا؟ عيسى. لا مين اللي قالوا قتلنا المسيح؟ في القرآن اليهود قالوا قتلنا المسيح صح؟ لكن اليهود ما قتلوا ما صلبوا. احنا متفقين معكم اليهود ما قتلوا المسيح. الرومان اللي قتلوه. القرآن. Okay, what happened is I told them well, we agree with you. The Quran, what the Quran is saying, it says in that verse, it says the Jews said we killed the Messiah. But they did not kill him or crucify him. Okay. And so I was telling them, yeah, we agree with you. The Jews didn't kill him. The Romans are the ones who killed him and crucified him. And the minute I said that, look at the lady and look at the guy. They both laughed because they got it. I mean, I'm not saying that they agreed with it, but they understood what I was saying. And you could tell because of their laugh that they understood what I was saying. And they're thinking, dude, this guy's whack, but they heard it. So praise God. That was kind of, if I had a mic drop moment, that was it yesterday. But my wife's mic drop moment was actually much better than mine. But you got to listen very carefully because it's happening right now. And because I'm talking so loud, it's a little bit hard to hear. But I'll go ahead and walk you through it. So it's real short, but it was a moment. So
Okay, if you hear my wife, she's talking to some another group of Muslim kids there, and she's saying, "You guys, you have to read the Quran, chapter 4, verse 34."
ومكتوب كمان آية كمان آية
if your wife does not listen to you, admonish her, and then separate your bed from her, and then beat her.
Okay, she says, the Quran says in chapter 4, 34, that if your wife does not obey you, then admonish her, send her to bed apart, and beat her. So my wife was saying this to the kids, and listen to what the kid says.
Really? Yes.
The kid says, really? These are the Muslim kids my wife was witnessing to. She says the Quran says that you can beat your wife, and the kid goes, really? He didn't know. So that's the mic drop moment. That was seriously. And there's a bunch of girls there too. And they listened to it. And my wife said, read this. Tell me you're going to go home and read it. And they said, yeah, we're going to read it. So that was the mic drop moment. Let me play it for you again. You got to listen, okay? Ignore my voice. I'm talking so loud it's hard to hear. But you can hear her. So just see if you can listen to what she's saying there, okay?
From her and then beat her. Really? Yes. Then separate your bed from her and then you admonish her.
ومكتوب كمان آية كمان
It says
آية
if your wife does not listen to you, admonish her, and then separate your bed from her and then beat her. Really? Yes. Go read Quran chapter 4, verse 34. Pull it up.
The Bible teaches that you
The
can.
Bible.
Okay. You see what happened? She says, the Quran says, like what I said. And the kid goes, really? She says, yes, go and read 434. Then another guy came and she said, look it up on your phone. Look it up on your phone right now. And the other guy came and says, no, don't look at it. Don't look at her phone. But my wife said to the girls, make sure and read it. And they said they're going to read it. So that was the mic drop moment of the night, you guys. So anyway, just wanted to give appropriate credit where credit is due. So let me just play it again so you guys can hear. See if you guys can hear it. So
اليهود ما قتلوا احنا متفقين معكم اليهود ما قتلوا المسيح الرومان اللي قتلوه القرآن بتقول.
Okay, now my wife started. You can hear her in the background. Listen, you can hear her voice.
اليهود ما قتلوا هيك مكتوب في القرآن ومكتوب كمان آية كمان آية
if your wife does not listen to you, admonish her, and then separate your bed from her and then beat her. Really? Yes. Go
You hear the kid when she said and beat her, and the kid goes, really? Let me play it again.
هيك مكتوب في القرآن ومكتوب كمان آية كمان آية
if your wife does not listen to you, admonish her, and then separate your bed from her and then beat her. Really? Yes. Go read Quran chapter 4, verse 34. Pull it up.
The Bible teaches that you can.
She's saying, look it up. Look it on your phone.
The Bible said. No. Let him read. Let him read. Let him read. Don't change.
Okay, then this guy comes up, and the guy's saying, no, don't let him, and my wife's saying, no, let him read it. Let him read it.
The Bible
don't
tells
change
people.
don't
Why is the
change
Bible
subject.
advocates for
You
killing
can hear her
Change.
telling this guy, I don't know where he came. He came from hell, and he and my wife saying, don't change the subject.
Why is the Bible?
They don't know who it is.
Don't change the subject. Read Quran chapter 4, verse 34. Please read it.
Book of Numbers, chapter
Please read it.
verses 17 to 25.
It says that it was in time of war.
A time of war that is.
So that's the mic drop moment, you guys. I just want to share that with you, and so I'll tell you. Hey, hello, MMA. God bless you. Hello, Amar Nasser. God bless you guys. And so let me go ahead and show you the verse. I know you guys all know it. Everybody in the world knows this verse of the Quran, unfortunately. And so let's just look at it. And they try to justify it on TV, but there's no justification for this. But let us look at it. You know what? She was like, it was better if I didn't show up, man, because she had it under control, you know. But that one guy, he was obnoxious, you know, so I was a little concerned about him. He was being a little bit obnoxious. Okay. It says, men are the caretakers of women as men have been provisioned by Allah over women and tasked with supporting them financially. It doesn't say that in the Quran, but anyway, I mean, and righteous women are devotedly obedient when alone, protective of what Allah has entrusted. And if you sense ill conduct from your women, advise them first. If they persist, do not share their beds. But if they still persist, then discipline them gently. It does not say that. It absolutely doesn't say that. Here's the word it says. It's in Arabic. Okay. Udrubuhunne. And look at, even the English translation is pathetic and it's not correct. It says, and finally strike them. Strike them is correct. It does say strike them, but it does not say finally. And if you want to be completely honest, you that they, when they go on CNN and they go on Fox News, they want to say, I mean, I heard them saying this on Fox News. That's why I'm, unfortunately, but so here's how it says it. فَعَذُوهُنْ which means advise them or preach to them. The word a'adhuhun, it comes from the word wa'aza. Wa'aza means sermon. Wa'aza means sermon. So you preach at them. Don't women love it when their husbands preach to them? Okay, so preach to them is what it says, as condescendingly as you can. Aduhun. Okay. Wa uhjuruhun fil madaja. Okay, then forsake them in the bed. El madaja. Okay, so forsake them in the bed. Wa udrubuhun, and hit them. It doesn't say do this and then do this and then do this. It says do this, this, and this. That's what it says. So if eleti takhafun nishuzahun, takhafun, you fear ill conduct. It doesn't mean they did anything. It doesn't mean they did anything. It says if, this word takhafun means you fear. You fear. It doesn't mean they did anything. It just means you're afraid they may do something. Nashuzahun, their ill conduct. Fa'adhuhun wa ahjurhun fil madaja wa udrubuhunna, hit them. This is Quran 434. Okay, it doesn't say nothing about gently. It doesn't say nothing about gently. It just says udrubuhunna, beat them. That's what the Quran. And you guys, it doesn't just allow it. It is a command. It's imperative. Udrubuhunna, beat them. Okay. And so that's what my wife was telling them last night. And so that's anyway, so I got to give credit where it's due. She is the one who really had the mic drop moment yesterday, not me. I had a little bit of a mic drop moment there, but it wasn't as intense. I didn't get the reaction that hers did. When she said it, was the kid goes, really? It says that? And then, and it's interesting how Satan tries to interrupt. As soon as she said it, got the attention of the kids, then that guy comes and says, and try to distract. So anyway, so all right, kudos to Aida for her mic drop moment. It was very appropriate. And you think, oh, you should be nice. You shouldn't talk about these things. Well, they're in the Quran. It commands. And you know what? I want to show you also another verse in the Quran, because this is what men are supposed to do if what is the crime that the woman does to deserve this kind of treatment? Well, in takhafun nishuzahun, if you fear ill conduct. The crime here is nashuzahun, and that you pronounce it nashuzahun, which means some kind of misbehavior or disloyalty or something. And it's not if they did it, it's if you fear. If you fear, you guys, and I'm not saying that Muslim men do this, but but the problem here is that this is what Allah commands. Okay, that's the problem. But let's just look. Well, what if a man does the same crime? Nishuzahun. Verse 128 says what a woman can do if her husband does that. Okay. Wa in imra'a khafat min ba'alha. If a woman feared, okay, now let's talk about the woman now. And if a woman fears, khafat, same word as the other, takhafun, here khafat, from her husband, neshuz. It's the exact same word, neshuz, ill conduct. And it uses the word takhaf, to fear. If she fears disloyalty from her husband, does she beat him? Does she get to beat him? No. Allah has another route, another way to deal with it if the husband is the one who is guilty of ill conduct. Not if he's guilty, if she fears ill conduct. Imra'a khafat min ba'alha means her husband, and it comes from the word Baal, by the way, but Lord, Master, ba'alha, nishuz, ill conduct, i'radan, if she fears he might leave her, فَلَا جِنَاحَ عَلَيْهُمَّ, then there's no blame on both of them. This is the husband and wife. If she's afraid, there's no blame on both of them. So now there's an action that both of them are going to take. In yislahan bainhumma, that they be reconciled between themselves. Salihan wa salih khair in ahdarat il anfus ish shah wa in tahsanu, to do good, tattaqu, فإن Allah can bima ta'amalun khairan, a fair settlement. But what is it that the woman gets to do? The woman she's allowed to abdicate her rights. You see, because 4128, let's look at what Ibn Kathir is going to teach us about this verse. Okay. This is specifically dealing with a situation that happened. Let's look at Ibn Kathir, see what he says about this. 128. Okay, here, let's read this together. Oh, okay, you guys got it. Oh, no. Okay, I actually got another page I want to take you to. Okay. Allah states that, thus legislates that sometimes the man inclines away from his wife, sometimes towards her, sometimes he parts with her. In the first case, the wife fears her husband is steering away from her or deserting her. She's allowed to forfeit all she is allowed, listen, you guys, she is allowed to forfeit all or part of her rights. Thank you, Ibn Kathir. So if the man fears disloyalty or ill conduct, he can beat her. If she fears ill conduct or desertion, she is allowed, permitted, to forfeit all or part of her rights. What the heck is this, you guys? Such as provisions, clothing, dwelling, and so forth. And you guys, does this sound like grace, like total amazing grace here? Because it gets even better. Look, and the husband is allowed to accept such concessions from her. Oh man, if you're a Muslim, please leave Islam right now, especially if you're a woman. This is what Ibn Kathir says. This is your top scholar telling you. It says, if when the wife fears her husband is steering away from her or deserting her, but in Arabic, it's the word nishuz. It's the same word that gives the husband justification to beat his wife. Here, it's used as justification for the woman, how she's supposed to react. Same crime, but this time it's the husband committing it. Same crime, nishuz, that's the crime, ill conduct. Okay? And what is her? He's allowed to beat her. What's she allowed to do? She is allowed to forfeit all or part of her rights. And the amazing, amazing continuation. And the husband is allowed to accept concessions from her. There is no harm if she offers concessions and her husband accepts them. So, and you guys, if you want to know what this came about, what led to this, here's a little bit of the story. And if the woman fears cruelty or desertion on her husband's part, there's no sin on them both, Ibn Abbas says. Whatever agreement the spouses mutually agree to, okay, yeah, in the two Sahihs, Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, it is recorded that Aisha said when Sauda bint Zam'a, this is Muhammad's oldest wife. This is the first wife he married after Khadija died. After Khadija died, Muhammad, went on a marriage thing, and he married up to 13 women. And the first one was Sauda. She was about his age, close to his age, okay? And it is recorded that Aisha said that when Sauda bint Zam'a became old and fat, she forfeited her day to Aisha because, he used to have a night. Every night he would sleep with a different wife. Well, she forfeited her night to Aisha. And the Prophet used to spend Sauda's night with Aisha. Okay? And this is in the Sahih al-Bukhari and the Sahih. Now, why did this poor woman Sauda give this concession? Because Muhammad was about to divorce her because she's old and fat. So he said, okay, I'm going to divorce you. And she said, no, please, 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 please don't divorce me. Just, because if she gets divorced, she's out on the street. Okay. Nobody's going to marry her again. She's old. No one's going to marry her again. And so, she said, no, please, just, you don't even have to sleep with me, but just don't throw me out. Because Muhammad had like 9 houses and one for each wife. She'd have a house if she gets to stay, as part of his harem. But if he throws her out, she's on the street. Nobody's going to marry her. And so she said, listen, just don't sleep with me. Sleep with Aisha instead. On my night, maybe it was Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday night was her night. She said, go ahead and sleep with Aisha 2 nights a week instead of just one night a week. Okay. And you don't have to sleep with me anymore, but don't throw me out on the street. Okay. And so, what did the gracious words of Allah say? It says she is allowed to forfeit all or part of her rights, and the husband is allowed to accept such concessions from her. Ya boye, ya boye. So this is the beauty of Islam. Yeah, Soda really suffered. Muhammad really, he was bad to her, and yeah, she really suffered. And remember, she was the one that Umar bin Khattab, one night she was going to the bathroom. And what was Umar bin Khattab doing? He was out there spying on her when she's going to the bathroom. Why was he out there spying? And he not only was spying on her, he was mocking her, saying, hey, I know it's you. I know who you are out there taking a dump. I know who you are. He was mocking her like that. What kind of a man does that? And that's what Umar bin Khattab did. And he must have felt guilty, so he figured, let's make a religious thing about this. So he went and told Muhammad, your wives should cover themselves, and that's one of the basis for why women have to wear a hijab, because of what Umar bin Khattab did to Sauda. So yeah, so that's it, you guys. That's the Quran has solutions for everything. It has the answer for everything, so yes. So all right, you guys. Well, I just wanted to show you my wife's mic drop moment. She had a wonderful mic drop moment. Let me show it to you again. That's what this was about. So let me just play it again so you guys can hear it. But you guys got to listen very carefully. Listen very carefully so you can hear what she says. It was really awesome. So here, let's see.
هذه الآية مين اللي ما صلبوا ما قتلوا؟ عيسى. لا مين اللي قالوا قتلنا المسيح؟ في القرآن اليهود قالوا قتلنا المسيح، صح؟ لكن اليهود ما قتلوا ما صلبوا. احنا متفقين معكم، اليهود ما قتلوا المسيح، الرومان اللي قتلوه. القرآن بتقول اليهود ما قتلوا.
Okay, so that was my mic drop moment. It was a tiny little mic drop. It wasn't there was a very quiet mic drop, but the only reason I will say it is a little bit of a mic drop moment is because they were laughing. They smiled. Why did they smile? Because they understood what I was saying. And so I do get a little bit of a mic drop credit there, but my wife gets the bigger credit because what she was saying was much better received and much more resisted. So here, let's listen. You can hear her in the background, you guys. Listen.
هيك مكتوب في القرآن ومكتوب كمان آية
If your wife does not listen to you, admonish her, and then separate your bed from her, and then beat her. Really? Yes.
Okay. Did you notice that one guy? He left when he saw what my wife was saying because he wanted to hear what she was saying. So he deserted me. And he went to listen to Aida. So
Go read Quran.
okay, let's listen.
It says if your wife does not listen to you, admonish her, and then separate your bed from her, and then beat her. Really? Yes. Go read.
And beat her. Really?
Quran chapter 4, verse 34. Pull it up.
The Bible teaches that you
The
can't.
Bible said. No. Let me read.
This guy right here was so obnoxious, and he was not a part of anything. Satan sent him to interfere,
The
Let
Bible,
him read. Don't change the subject. Don't change
tells people.
don't
Why is the
change the
Bible
subject.
advocates for killing children?
Don't change
Why is
the
the Bible?
subject.
They don't know what
Don't change the subject. Read Quran chapter 4, verse 34. Please read it.
Book of Numbers, chapter
Please read it.
verses 17 to 25.
Okay, so anyway, that's the mic drop moment, you guys. So, all right. Well, that's all I wanted to share with you guys tonight. So it was great, rock and roll. So yes, Ida gets the mic drop moment. So, all right. God bless you guys. Your wife quoted their scriptures. You, Hussein, don't. You make up your own. All right. Awesome. Satanic. All right, you guys. All right. Yes, really, about what you said about Omar bin Khattab. We could talk about Omar bin Khattab sometime, and all the stuff he did and all the stuff he said. He was a very bad man, and he was like, and yet he was a very powerful man, and I think he was very rich, and so that's one reason why Muhammad. I think that's one reason why Muhammad is um, why Muhammad listened to him, and you know, because he was very powerful, and he was Muhammad's father-in-law too, because the wife that Muhammad was most scared of was Aisha, because she was young and strong when he was old, and you know, um, he was poisoned already. He had been suffering for 3 years from the effects of poison, and so he was very weak. But she was just coming into her, her prime. While she was 18 years old, and so he was scared of Aisha. But the second wife that he was scared of was Hafsa. Hafsa was Umar bin Khattab's daughter. And the Quran talks about Aisha and Hafsa. It doesn't use their names, but you know that's who they're talking about, because they confronted Muhammad when he was cheating on them with Maria the Copt. And so yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for spending a few moments with us. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. No, Aisha is Abu Bakr's daughter. Abu Bakr's daughter is Aisha. He was the first caliph. Muhammad, the second caliph, was Umar bin Khattab. He's the father of Hafsa. Hafsa. And so, yeah, so that's, so his in-laws, the first caliph and the second caliph were Muhammad's fathers-in-law. Both of them were his fathers-in-law, because he married both of their daughters. So, okay. And, they say, well, look at, the kings back then used to do things like that, marry for, but I thought Muhammad was supposed to come bring some new morality and new high standard, but apparently not. So, all right, you guys. And you guys, I'm thinking of tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow of doing a love story, and it's the love story of Muhammad and Khadija. Because boy, is that a love story. It's just so much love in that story. So my wife sent me another video here. Let's look at it. Let's see. Okay. Here, let's look at this video.
Nobody loves me like you love me, Jesus. I stand in awe of your amazing ways. I worship you as long as I am breathing. God, you are faithful.
Nobody loves me like you. Ever saved my life.
This is where we used to go witnessing all the time. And you know what? Father Zechariah saw that and he was so happy. It's like, wow, praise God. So, all right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. And please make sure and be here for the love story tomorrow. In fact, I'm thinking of doing a week of love stories. There's going to be Khadija love story, then Soda love story, then Aisha love story, then Hafsa love story, then Rihanna love story. All right, you guys. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you. So have a great night, you guys.
If you have ever wondered why dull apologists lie so much, it's because on a rare occasion that they tell the truth, this happens.
One of the reasons I accepted Islam was the scientific miracles. I'll be honest with you. And now we know that this whole scientific miracles was absolute nonsense.
You're going to have to repeat that.
That the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say.